kidnappings, condemn attacks. Rep hold emergency sitting on 2025 budget extension bill today. And Southwest NITDA signed 5-year digital economy pact. And on the foreign scene, EU chief welcomes United States-Iran deal ending war and reopening of homes. And on sport, on beating additional seals NCAA sweep. Now to the news in full. Now, troops of the Nigerian Army, in collaboration with the DSS and NSCDC and the Nigerian Immigration Service, has arrested about 46 foreign nationals during a coordinated security operation in Ogun State. The suspect, comprising citizens of Burkina Faso, Cote d'Ivoire, Togo, and Senegal, were picked up at different locations in Ijebu, Imeshun, and Ijebu Ilese, and surrounding communities following intelligence reports. Now, according to the Army, preliminary investigations suggest individuals have been residing in the area for about 6 months, while their immigration status is currently being reviewed by the relevant authorities. The suspects have since been handed over to the Nigerian Immigration Service in Ogun State for further investigation and appropriate action. Our security agency said the operation forms part of ongoing effort to strengthen border control and internal security. A delegation from the Defense Headquarters, led by the Chief of Administration, Major General I.M. Abdullahi, has paid condolence visit to the family of late Major General Rabi Bukar, retired, and the Katsina State government following his death. The delegation conveyed the condolence of the Chief of Defense Staff, General O.O. Oloyede, and the Armed Forces of Nigeria, describing the late officer as a patriotic soldier who served the country with distinction for over 3 decades. At the family residence in Katsina, Major General Abdullahi praised the late Bakar's contributions to the Nigerian Army and national security architecture, assuring the bereaved family of the military's continued support during the period of mourning. A national flag was also presented in honor of his service and sacrifice. The delegation later visited the Katsina State Government House, where they were received by Deputy Governor Farouk Lawan, who described the late officer's death as a national loss and called for continued collaboration in addressing security challenges in the state and the Northwest region. Still talking security, Edo State Governor Monday Pebolo has condemned the reported kidnapping incident at the vegetable market along Airport Road in Benin City, describing it as unacceptable and an attack on innocent residents. In a statement issued by his media aide, Patrick Ebojele, the governor directed the Edo State Commissioner of Police to launch an immediate and coordinated investigation aimed at rescuing the victim and apprehending those responsible. Pebble warned that his administration will not tolerate any act that threatens public safety, stressing that the state government remains committed to maintaining peace and security across Edo State. He also assured residents to stay alert and report suspicious activity to security agencies, while reaffirming that efforts will continue until the perpetrators were arrested and brought to justice. Now, talking politics, the House of Representatives has convened an emergency sitting to consider a bill seeking to extend the implementation period of the capital component of the 2025 budget by 3 months. In a notice signed by the acting clerk of the House, Ibrahim Sidi, lawmakers were informed that the session will hold on Monday, June 15, 2026, that is today, around 11 a.m. in line with the House standing orders. The proposed amendments seek to move the deadline for capital budget implementation from June 30th to September 30th of 2026, allowing ministries, departments, and agencies more time to complete ongoing projects and fully utilize allocated funds. If approved, the National Assembly and signed into law by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the extension will provide additional time for the execution of key infrastructural and development projects under the 2025 budget framework. Vice President Kashim Shettima, APC governors, national leaders of the party, and lawmakers, ministers, and thousands of supporters are expected to converge on Ado-Ekiti on Tuesday for a mega rally in support of the re-election bid of Ekiti State Governor Abiodun Oyebaji and his deputy, Afuye. The rally, scheduled for Ekiti Parodo Pavilion, New Year Road, is built to begin around 11 a.m. and will mark the grand finale of the statewide campaign tour that covered all wards and local government areas in Ekiti State. Now, according to the campaign organization, the event is expected to be one of the largest political gatherings in the state, following a series of endorsements from traditional rulers, professional bodies, market group youth, women, and other stakeholders across Ekiti. Organizers said the rally will highlight widespread support for Governor Oyebaji's second-term ambition and showcase what they describe as his achievement in infrastructure, education, healthcare, agriculture, security, and economic development over the past 4 years. The development agenda for Western Nigeria, Dawn Commission, and the National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA, has signed a 5-year partnership to drive digital transformation, innovation, and inclusive economic growth across Southwest Nigeria. The Memorandum of Understanding signed at NITDA headquarters in Abuja will run from 2025 to 2030 and cover Ekiti, Lagos, Ogun, Ondo, Osun, and Oyo State. It is aimed at expanding access to digital opportunities and strengthening Nigeria's broader digital economic agenda. Now, under the agreement, both agencies will collaborate on digital literacy programs, innovation hubs, startup ecology support, and the development of a regulatory framework to support the digital economy. The initiative is also expected to contribute to Nigeria's target of equipping about 100 million citizens with digital skills by 2030. Officials said the Dawn Commission will coordinate implementation across the region, ensuring alignment between federal digital policies and state-level programs, as both organizations work out the government structure for execution of the partnership. Talking business, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has launched a voluntary early retirement program that is already drawing strong interest from staff, with officials saying more than 70% of eligible employees have indicated willingness to participate. The initiative, known as the Accelerated Exit Scheme and the Voluntary Exit Scheme, is part of the company's wider workforce restructuring aimed at improving efficiency, driving long-term transformation, and also creating space for younger professionals. It targets staff nearing retirement between 2026 and 2030, depending on their grade and years of service. NNPC officials said the program is entirely voluntary and comes with enhanced benefit for employees who choose to exit early, stressing that no worker is being forced to leave the organization. They added that the scheme is designed to support orderly transition while also strengthening talent renewal within the company. Now, according to the company, the initiative has already recorded significant uptake, with over 70% of eligible staff reportedly expressing interest. Management maintains that the exercise is part of ongoing reforms to reposition the NNPCL for improved performance in evolving energy sector. With that news, we need to go on a break now. But do remember, when we come back, more news as it concerns the foreign scene and the ever-exciting world of sport. Join us.
Don't miss out on exciting news, events, and more. Stay connected by following us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Atlantic Media and TV.
Another foreign scene, a heavy Russian airstrike on Kyiv has killed several people, marking what authorities describe as the most intense strike on the Ukrainian capital in the past 2 weeks. The overnight bombardment also sparked a fire at the Pecheklava Monastery, one of Ukraine's most important spiritual and cultural landmarks at the UNESCO-listed heritage site. Emergency service was deployed across the city to contain the blaze and respond to damage caused by the strikes, as officials assess the scale of destruction in multiple locations. Authorities said the attack is part of the renewed wave of aerial assaults, with casualties and infrastructural damage reported in several districts of Kyiv. And so on the foreign scene, European Union officials have welcomed a breakthrough deal between the United States and Iran aimed at ending the war in the Middle East and restoring stability in the region. EU Council President Antonio Costa said the bloc is ready to support efforts towards what they called a lasting peace. Costa also expressed hope for an end to the conflict and the full restoration of freedom of navigation through the Strait of Hormuz, a key global oil shipping route. The United States and Iran said they have reached a broad agreement to end hostilities across multiple fronts, including Lebanon and the reopen of the strategic waterway. However, key questions remain unresolved, particularly around Iran's nuclear program. United States President Donald Trump said the deal will be signed on Friday in Switzerland, describing it as a major breakthrough after months of war that had disrupted global energy markets and caused significant loss of life. He added that the Strait of Hormuz would reopen following the signing. And talking sports, Nigeria record holder Temitope Additional has capped an unbeaten season with her first NCAA outdoor high jump title at the NCAA Track and Field Championship in Oregon. Additional cleared the 1.96 meters on her first attempt to secure her third overall NCCA crown, adding to her indoor titles in 2025 and also this year. The victory further cemented dominance in college high jump this season. The Texas Tech athlete becomes only the second in the school's history to win at least 3 national titles, joining Sale Kipioga, while also marking the program's first women's outdoor high jump win since 2019. Now, her triumph ends a perfect season in which she remained unbeaten in every competition, as she now looks ahead after a standard champion or campaign that established her as one of the top college athletes in the United States. And still talking sports, Manchester United Amadou Diallo struck in the 90th minute to hand Cote d'Ivoire a dramatic 1-0 win over Ecuador in their World Cup opener on Sunday. The Group E clash looked destined for a goalless draw, with Ecuador's strong defensive record and Cote d'Ivoire's cautious approach cancelling each other out for much of the match. But Diallo, introduced just before the hour mark, broke the deadlock with a first-time finish from a low cross at the game edge into stoppage time. It was a disappointing outcome for Ecuador, who enjoyed strong support inside the packed Philadelphia Stadium and hit the woodwork twice in a dominant first-half spell, while Cote d'Ivoire also came close through Eli Wale's after the break. The result marks Cote d'Ivoire's first World Cup win in 12 years since 2014, boosting their hopes of reaching the knockout stage for the first time, while Ecuador look to regroup ahead of their next Group E fixture. With that sporting news, let's now go check what the weather will look like for major cities across Nigeria today. Well, with that weather forecast brings us to the end of the news on Atlantic TV. I still remain Michael Gubadia. Do have a great weekend. Bye.